Hi, welcome to the Premier Coaching Machine Workout. The first exercise we're going to do here is going to be the side lateral shuffle. You can see our assistant Melanie, what she's going to do is she's going to stand feet shoulder width apart, and then she's going to slide side to side, keeping her feet straight and her arms straight out in front of her with her butt down. The important thing here is to keep your feet straight, so I recommend using a line, maybe on a track or on a field, that'll be able to keep your legs straight. The second exercise here is going to be the body squats. Very simple. Straight up and down, legs, arms out in front of you, keeping your butt low to the ground. The third exercise we're going to do here is going to be the push-up. I think most people know what a push-up is, so no real need to explain this one. The fourth exercise is going to be what we call the burpee. So for the burpee, you're going to get down onto your arms. You're going to extend your legs back out behind you. You're going to jump and pulling them in, and then jump up and reach to the sky. So this is what the exercise looks from the front. We're going to actually do a side view here, which I think will give you a little better picture of what's going on. So you can see that she jumps up, legs back, forward, and jumps back up high into the air. After each set of exercises, you're actually going to run 800 meters. For machine 1.0, you're going to run easy, and on machine 1.1, you would actually have a timed 800 meter interval, which would be explained to you in your schedule. For the med ball tosses, we're going to shoot them straight into the air. Again, you want to let it bounce and then go straight back up. Notice she's keeping her feet shoulder width apart when she goes down, and she's squatting with the ball and then shooting it back upwards. If you're in a small gym and don't have a lot of room, you can actually do this exercise from your knees. So it'd be the same movement, and just instead of throwing it with your feet on the ground, you're going to actually keep your knees on the ground. So these V-ups, where you can see that Melanie's bringing the ball behind her head, she's keeping her arms straight, and she's bringing both her legs and her hands up to the same point and trying to touch them at the top. So for the med ball oblique twist, she's actually keeping her feet up off the ground. She's keeping her back lower back up off the ground, and she's twisting back and forth, touching the ball to either side of her body. And this is the med ball alternate leg touches. So she's going down, touching her toe with the med ball. Notice she's keeping her legs straight. They're not bending too much. There's going to be a slight bend in your knees, but every time she's going back up and down. Again, she's going to go off and run 800 meters. The important thing about this circuit routine is that you don't take any rest between the exercises. Now, it's a little difficult to get the hang of at first, but eventually you'll get used to it. So this is actually a resting position. So this is our pedestal prone position. You can actually alternate legs, standing on one leg if you'd like, to make it a little bit more difficult, but it's not an active movement position as some of the others, so we consider it more of a resting set. So here she's going to do the side lying. You can actually just stay in a full side position, or if you want to make the exercise harder, you can dip your hip up and down like Melanie's doing. It just makes it a little bit more difficult. Here again, she's going into the prone position, but she actually has her knees bent. It's a little tough to see in this video, but her knee is bent, which is going to put a little bit more pressure on your actual hip flexor, which is just strengthening some more of the running specific muscles that we've been talking about. And our last exercise here is she's going to go into the bent leg hip thrust. So you can see she's in a bridge position. Her upper back remains flat on the ground while her lower back goes up and down. And she's using that leg and her lower back to thrust her hips into the air. So this is actually a fairly difficult exercise. Notice her foot is actually flat on the ground. So again, she's going to take off running. She's going to run 800 meters, and she's going to come back. And we're going to start our next set. So again, we're going to go back to the med ball here, and it's med ball tosses into the air. I should have actually had her do a set with her on her knees, but it was a little bit of a windy day, and I wasn't quite thinking as clearly as I needed to for this video. So now we're going to go, she's going to do oblique turns. If you're actually in a gym and have a wall, you can actually throw the ball off the wall and catch it again. It makes it a little bit harder, a little bit more difficult. I think it's a good variation to the exercise, especially if you get a little bit tired of doing the routine over and over. And then we have the med ball touches side to side again. And she's going to do the alternate leg touches, the oblique twist again. Notice when she goes back and forth, the ball is touching the ground every time. You want to make those movements fairly rapid, keeping your legs I hope you enjoyed the video of the machine workout, and let me know if you have any questions. Thanks so much.